Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Borderlands 2. Well, we've only got the story mission to go for Tiny Tina, so we'll have to do that. Let's go turn in these bazooka badonkadonks, as she's calling them, to her, and let's see, according to the story, we're going to return to Tiny Tina, hijack the Hyperion train and get the vault key. If that is the case, we are extremely close towards the end of the game. That's, I guess, probably not true. I feel like I recall there being some more gameplay than that. In fact, quite a lot more gameplay than that. And it seems like there's kind of nothing over here. So you just come over here if you want to. I think I've found all the Cult of the Vault things in this area too, so this is the train that assumedly we started the game on, or a train like that train, and we are gonna hijack it. I honestly don't know why anybody is on Pandora at this point. I guess the Iridium has made an oil rush style scenario happen where it's valuable to get to Iridium even if it's extremely dangerous to be on Pandora. The element that was here before Iridium was here, I don't know what that was and why there was people on this. It almost gives the feeling that in the Borderlands universe there's probably not too many habitable planets. If people are willing to go this far, either that or there's an extensive amount of overpopulation, and so people just have to spread out for that reason. But yeah, backstory doesn't get explained in this game very much. We'll go over to Tiny Tina, buy this, and then sell it back.
Don't have too much fun.
So I wanted to see if we could. Tiny Tina is a 13-year-old, and so you have a height reference here that's a little weird because you can't get the greatest of views of her. If you try to zoom in with a gun, the gun's in the way. If you're down here, you have to look upward to see her. If you're up here, you have to look downward. She's got like a pair of scissors and another knife and bombs on her. She's half obsessed with bunnies and half obsessed with blowing things up. It's very cartoony, certainly. Yeah. Let's move the story forward.
Awesome! Just a secco. This gonna be good.
There is a slight question.
Get your butt out of my workshop, man. I got to be alone for this.
So she won't let me watch her work.
I'm a little teapot, bloody and cut. Here is my handle, here is my butt. Whoops.
I guess
Put a
it's
little bomb in a hot ass dental, blow stuff up and make people die. Squishy. Squishy, squishy, squishy. Oh damn, you looking good, ladies. Let's get to work.
so she's made these rockets.
Twin sisters, man. Oh, take them. Take them, take them, take them, take them.
So Tina's damsel. And what does it say? Stuffed animal. Tiny Tina appears to have combined it with a high yield rocket somehow.
Just put my damsels near the choo-choo track and set them up! Good plan, great plan.
And she's got a side mission here. When I'm listening to the voice actor for Tiny Tina, there's a rather kind of specific style of voice that has been moderately consistent with all the characters in Pandora. I wonder if it's kind of hard for them to find and write new characters with that voice. Find voice actors who can sound like that, or write different kind of characters. Because if you had somebody come into this game with like a British accent, it's gonna be a joke. It'd be fine, but it's not something that you're gonna have a lot of. If you had somebody come in with like a Asian accent, it'd probably be an offensive joke at that point. This is definitely trying to hammer hone some kind of mid-United States redneck voice accent, or hillbilly, I guess, voice accent. She's got a side mission. Let's talk to her.
Sup. I got a job for you. I got a job.
Yep. Tiny Tina is planning a tea party and she needs your help. Accept.
Sup. Got a very important tea party coming up, and my date is missing, and I am not going stag! Don't even suggest it! His name is Sir Reginald von Bartlesby, a local aristocrat and purveyor of the fine arts. I believe his mother has forbidden him from speaking with me. You will convince her to release him into my custody.
Okay. So we're gonna go emancipate Sir Reginald as a side mission. We might as well do the side missions. It's not too far away. I've kind of been all over this place. Feel like I've been punished for going to areas I shouldn't have been. It didn't want me to go to first. I also feel like some of the other areas in this game simply haven't had anything to do in them. And I really doubt that I've run into a scenario where the game is... Let's see if we can get that guy angry at me. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm missing optional missions or anything like that. I just think that there will be more missions.
Sir Reginald is only one of the many illustrious guests who will be attending my tea party. I have also invited Princess Fluffybutt, who has gazongas like you would not believe. You'll be rounding her up laters.
It would be kind of a funny reveal in Borderlands 2 if Tiny Tina actually is Mad Moxie's kid. And the running gag would be Mad Moxie is the only kid. No, Mad Moxie is the only fertile woman on Pandora. It would also potentially maybe help with the fact that Scooter as a character is just not gonna be in the story anymore. Tales from the Borderlands finished his tale. And the employee who worked at Borderlands who was voice acting Scooter got very, very sick. Like a permanent disease type sickness. And they kept him on for a year, and then he finally just said, look, I'm never coming back. I'm stage 4 terminal of some disease. I don't remember which one it was. It was I want to say like cerebral palsy or something. And so I imagine it would make the creators of Borderlands 3 sad to even think or include Scooter into the game. For that reason, though, it'd probably be better to just
Excuse Madame von Bartlesby's disposition.
so the thing here was to kill her without a bomb hurting me. I don't know if she's done her bud bombs yet.
You stuck up, bitch! Now go get Sir Reginald. We have so many things to discuss.
I don't know if I got that challenge done or not. And see, that's really the only way you would have ever gotten that challenge. So here's Sir Reginald.
You got Sir Reginald. Now I just need you to find Princess Fluffy Butt and get me some scrap metal from the buzzards so you can make me a teapot. Just blow up some buzzards and pick up the flamey bits.
Okay.
Oh, and feel free to get some crumpets on the way. Crumpets on crack!
Thank you.
So, buzzard parts and crumpets. Let's see if we can go find some crumpets as an optional thing. Are these the crumpets? Yes. You're cordially invited, party prep. The chosen bishop people who say things like, I beg to defer, and how positively droll.
So many goddamn crumpets is gonna be a crump-apocalypse.
Again, 13-year-old saying things inappropriate for a 13-year-old to say. Tiny Tina is an interesting case also in the fact that she's introduced in this game, and if she's introduced as a character, so she's loved. It's kind of like Moxie is, and frankly all the characters have quite a lot of fans. So, if anything, I would argue that Handsome Jack, the character who we haven't even heard from in a long time, we heard he was talking basically non-stop at the beginning of the game, and now he's just kind of gone quiet. For hours and hours now. This gun's not working. Like, yeah, Handsome Jack would be the one character that I think he just gets so overplayed. I could understand people not being interested in him. Partially because he also is in Tales from the Borderlands and Borderlands 3 sequel, so he's got a whole like trilogy of different experiences and games you're dealing with. This gun is not worth anything. Repeaters, like, this repeater does not work. But yeah, this is useless. Let's get rid of this repeater. What a useless gun. I guess we'll switch over to an SMG. Much faster. I'm just gonna run out of this area once I... Oh, wait, there's a part there.
Enough scrap metal to make a teapot. Shouty, you the best. You the best.
Yeah. However, compared to the experience with them making Mordecai and Roland and all the characters that you were playing as in the first game, making those characters go from what I'm now using as a phrase, Lido characters, into storyline characters is weird. They've taken away the ability I was trying to read the God bless this house, my gun protects it. Blesses this house. Interesting. And here we've got Princess Fluffy Butt, a tall Tay doll modified by Tina to have a live grenade in its head, where its head should be. A toy doll is probably what that says.
Oh man, this party's gonna be off the chisel for Rizzo.
And interesting that there is a repair chest right here, because if they weren't going to do the repair chest quests like in the first game to expand your ability to hold more items, expand your inventory slots, they certainly at this point could have had more missions like this where Tiny Tina asks you to go collect something. Like that could have been the whole game. She could have been introduced a lot earlier, and you could have gotten used to her as a character, or you could have been finding things like little dolls throughout the world and not understood what the dolls were about until you met Tiny Tina at least. Let's see. Making progress on challenges. Some challenges will get done, some challenges we won't. Like one I should definitely check those. Let's see. Got a class mod, don't want that. Let's go ahead and redeem this. Elemental effect, chance or damage? Just fire rate. That's definitely better. I moved this away from where it should be. Honestly, the only time you'd get these challenges all done is after you've gotten so many of them cleared off. Find and eliminate Jenkins several times. We are in Tundra Express, which, here we are. Yeah, kill Madame Van Ballersby without any players taking damage from her bug bombs. I didn't do that. Do I have any opportunity to ever really do that again? I don't think so. Let's see, why am I kind of wish you could hide things that you've already done, but you're really left with only category and level. And if you start looking at challenges based on level, I hate that the music stops too. They just need to turn it down a little bit. Kill more Varkids. Kill enemies during the day. Light enemies on fire. Kill enemies shortly after aiming down the sights with the pistol. Kill marauders. Kill buzzards. Just like a number here, just going up and up and up over and over again. Let's see. 6 more item of the day purchases, and then this quest is done. I never have to do that again. Kill enemies with the action skill. I haven't been using that at all. Collect dollars from cash drops. There's a ridiculously large amount of money that I'd have to collect. Some of these are just crazy. Apparently there's a shotgun undiscovered thing. And then we're starting to get to things that are only doable in certain areas. Yeah, I just don't think you'd get this done. And I don't think this rolls over as it is in a New Game Plus. Maybe it does. But I think it resets everything. And you do it a second time. If not, your second gameplay is either going to be gameplay where you intentionally try to do all the challenges that are left, or gameplay where there's really nothing to do. And I guess that'd be fun on the second playthrough, though. Who cares? It's you don't need to waste a lot of time here. And see, we've got these little holograms, which I guess this is part of your heads-up display. Is that you can do that? Sir Reginald von Bartlesby, Lady Tina of Blow Up Your Face Heim, evil bastard that killed my parents, and Princess Fluffy Butt. So,
Fluffy butt, you are looking good.
you think this optional story is just kind of nothing. She's just gonna have a tea party, but it actually is going to reveal that there's a backstory to Tiny Tina, sort of.
Good to see you, Sir Reginald. Let's gossip.
Let's see, do I
Let's
just go ahead
get
and
this out of
sell
the way.
everything?
Yes, most of my merchandise was ripped from the hands of dead adventurers. A pleasure as always.
There we go.
Don't die. I need
Get a bunch of bullets. Oh, we're doing this? Turn this in for snake
Now,
speed.
to invite the guest of honor.
The party's ready, but the guest of honor is missing.
Ah! Here I am about to throw a tea party and the guest of honor is missing! Do me a favor and lure our guest to the party or I'll eat your babies. His name's Fletcher, by the way.
So we have to now go find Flesh Stick and bring him. So Flesh Stick is the person who killed her parents. Why her parents would have brought her to Pandora in the first place is questionable. This is the first instance in which we were supposed to come into this area, by the way. So
There he is.
What?
The
Live
guest
so
of honor. You just lure him back to my abode and I'll do the rest.
alright. So where's Flesh Stick? He's not a Goliath. He's not there. He's not there.
And he makes me scared as crap, and I don't remember why.
Okay. I'm gonna have to kill something. Alright. So I don't want to deal with these guys right now. So I'm just gonna play this. I think Flesh Stick is angry midget. So I think I have to kind of clear off this area first. It says there's a guy. There it is. We might have had a slight refill. Alright, so Flesh Stick is
Badass approaching.
really? So he's gonna try and attack me. I have to. I think the trick here is to get him to attack and then attack and then attack. Let's see, what would be the one gun I have that would do the least amount of damage?
Why will no one play with me? Get ready for bad touch!
So I guess you can't look behind you, and you just need to run. See, I got him over here, and I recall when I played this game before that I had this exact same issue. He just was not a enemy that... Let's see.
Unforgivable! Unforgivable!
Now, notice his health does seem to refill pretty quickly.
Why don't you come here? Look out!
I should be close to the wall. Yes, through this door.
Eat your face!
And she tasers him. And
Good job, friendo. Flesh sticks getting sucked through the tunnels as we speak.
and sucks him through a air-conditioned vent. And down that way, and I guess up that way. So we've now helped her capture Flesh Stick. See, this is probably one of the best moments in the main story. What we're about to see, let's
Flesh
look
sticks
at
in
it.
the men's, getting all pretty for the big occasion. Girl, you fine, and you know it.
So do I want a highly effective 3-rocket shooter? I wish I could compare this to guns I have. I'm gonna go and take this gun. And now it's time for party.
Time for the party! You're gonna be the waiter. Hit Mr. Sparks over there to bring in Mr. Flesh Stick.
Right. So Tina is going to sit down, I assume, eventually.
I bet your mommy and daddy screamed as they died.
See, this is a different kind of
You ready to
mohawk.
start the party? Please smack Mr. Flesh Stick in his bitch face.
And yeah, he murdered her parents. So I'm supposed to smack him.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm inviting Flesh Stick's friends too. Make sure they don't get too rowdy and break the generator.
Really?
I want to see you from the inside.
And so that's a tower defense experience.
That was
Get me out of here, you bastards!
Let's switch our gun to a faster gun.
yeah. I can't die hungry.
I can't hear
This
you
one
over the sound of Flesh
step
Stick's friends. They are being
closer.
quiet.
Good.
So first wave was Psycho, second wave was Marauders. Well, I guess those are sub-waves because we're still on wave 1. There's a Nomad Torturer down the way. This probably wouldn't be a terrible time to introduce a sniper in here. Let's see if we can switch over to a sniper. And sniper. And we'll just switch that.
Please continue to greet Flesh Stick's friends in the manner to which you are accustomed.
Let's see.
I don't think he liked me.
I read the most extraordinary thing the other day. Something about slide experimentation.
Really? You better let me out of here or I'll skin you alive!
Welcome to
If I am gonna use this gun, I need to be better shooting. If I'm gonna be a sniper, I need to be a better sniper. A lot of his dialogue, she says, seems like it's just off the cuff, random like they let the voice actor write their own lines.
I agree, Princess. It is a bit cold for this time. What do you think, Mr. Flushstick?
I'm just gonna go ahead and kill these guys. A lot of guns getting left on the floor.
Pop that jackhole's head like a grape. Don't scavenge my stuff.
I guess the Marauders are part of the people who would have been part of the Crimson Lance.
I win.
So I guess the makeup of people on Pandora.
Another crumpet, Princess.
Let me go, let me go, let me go!
Well,
So she's
hardly appropriate teapot.
torturing him basically, making him watch all his friends die, and actually electrocuting him and torturing him. This is a great example of just like how boring it would be to play the first player, like a single player experience here, without. Now all his hair is burnt. Like doing all of that with nobody around is not the way.
Never told me you were getting
Apparently, I'm out of grenades.
I must say,
I get his funk now.
Mr. Smart Captain, that way a teensy bit more efficiently.
Ammo necessary.
Out of bullets. Is that the end of it, or?
Yeah. Party. Let's party.
Again, this feels too long. It's a very long experience because they've got a lot of dialogue and a lot of story they're trying to have happen here, but
Get ready to feel my fingertips.
see, I don't think you could really actually break this. Right.
Well, that was quite an enjoyable tea party. Garçon, a word.
So let's now pick up everything. Yeah, you really can't play Sniper alone. Sniper only makes sense as if you're playing with friends and you're backing them up and you're kind of not into running and gunning, which I don't know why you're playing a game like this if you're not into running and gunning. There we go. And so let's talk to Tiny Tina now. It's odd that after he was electrocuted he was burnt and then his skin came back. All this tribal tattoos, all of this stuff, the low polygon, that's definitely something you want to see improved in Borderlands 3. Like, the art style can stay the same, certainly, but in some instances there's just a lack of polish that you want to see improved with the modern game. Right. If all tea parties ended with one of the guests getting electrocuted, many old novels would be considerably more popular on Pandora.
How you doing, boo?
Excellent.
And so we've got this new gun.
Late. I'm afraid Mr. Flushstick must bid us adieu.
I remember you, kid. You should be dead.
What an interesting point, Monsieur Fleshstick. Mr. Sparks, what do you think?
No, I'm sorry I sold out your family. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Best tea party ever.
So let's talk to
I'm good.
So nothing else there. And I guess that's pretty much all the backstory you ever get as far as our family. But you do get 2 bits there that I was talking about disproven. One, it seems like Roland is not her biological father, which, okay. And it seems like it's pretty clear that she is not yet another one of Mad Moxie's kids. Which, alright. This does more damage, has more accuracy. It's slower, however. Yeah, this gun was really, really slow, but it's a purple. But do I really need to hold on to a purple just for no reason? Let's just sell it. Let's see. This gun, on the other hand, in comparison, well, actually, before we sell it, let's compare apples to apples. Do I have any SMGs to look at? Yeah, that one's no good. Shotguns. Do I have any shotguns to look at?
Comparisons made, but which is superior? A tough decision.
Sell that one. Snipers. Do we have any sniper guns to... Yeah, the music totally needs to be playing, or it needs to have some like menu music alone. Let's come over here.
Feeling overburdened by money? Caviar emptor. Thanks for the scratch. Caviar emptor. A pleasure is, remember,
There we
we're
go.
always open.
So this rocket launcher versus this rocket launcher. Like, I guess we have to get rid of that rocket launcher. And then this assault rifle versus this assault rifle. That's easy enough to go with. And then this gun versus this, which does acid attack, does more damage, is faster fire rate, and faster reload speed, and it's better. We finally found a gun that is better, so I'm gonna take that, get rid of that. And so if I want to use a repeater, that's going to be the repeater I'm going to use.
Let me know if anything catches your eye.
I don't think there's... Yeah, I really don't feel like there's a reason to hold on to purples at this level. Sell all these. 2.
When you think murder, think
I'm at
Marcus
15,000 gold. And so we're still in this main story, and unless there was a reason to go back to Sanctuary right now, there really isn't, and there isn't a fast travel section here, we're just gonna move forward with the story. We're gonna set Tina's stuffed dolls, or damsels, to blow up the train. We've been all over this area. This area is decently laid out. All the areas are decently laid out, I would say, but often feel a little underused. Splashing on water. I don't know why the frozen water in the first level was hurting me, and it seems like water here doesn't. So I'm gonna set them up over here and shoot them at the train. So theoretically, this is gonna get us the vault key. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. That and that.
Just poke their buzz when you want me to set the explosives off. I gotta do it remotely.
So arm them.
Oh snap, son! I hear the terrain coming. Counting down. 10, 9. I got bored. Burn all the babies!
She really is a psychopath,
Hijack a train.
just like
The
all
vault
the
key's
other
still up on that ice
characters.
shelf. Better climb that wreckage to get there.
Climb the path to the train, or you'll go insane. What? That's a rap song I wrote.
I really have to question whether the mentality and the story writers of Borderlands 2 still have the same attitude and mentality. Like, honestly, so much time has happened, and just knowing how I was when I was slightly younger, even as an adult, I had more of a Borderlands type mentality of what's funny. Now it really is. Things have just changed, and I've gotten older, and I take things a little bit more seriously. I don't want Borderlands to be serious. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm afraid that the people at Gearbox are not going to be able to capture the spirit of Borderlands. To the point where, since it is a 2K property, maybe 2K at some point should step in and say somebody else should make this game. And that would certainly be weird, but I'd be cool with it, particularly since it seems like it's taking them forever. And so we now go to the end of the line mission, which is traveling to a new section.
Search the train cars. They're probably keeping the vault key in the most fortified one.
I feel like this is going to be a pretty small linear area. Like, if you can see, it's not very far away. And if I was to search here, as far as quests, I don't know if there's even any that are going to be listed under end of the line. Since these aren't alphabetical, that's kind of hard to even sort. End of the line. Kill Wilhelm without destroying any of his surveyors, and discover the vault symbol. And Wilhelm is weird because I believe there's more story to Wilhelm in the pre-sequel, but I haven't played that game, so I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, do I have... This gun needs to be switched out. Let's switch it out with this one, because if I'm going to be fighting robots from Hyperion, which is my guess, that's going to be an issue. Or that'll be helpful. She just blew up this entire train. No thought whatsoever that there's somebody on the train. Interesting. Apparently I'm just walking within the range of something. Like, it goes... It's making a sound. But there's nothing here. The only thing... So it's like activating that, I guess. Now in Borderlands 1 we got into a section where we were fighting the original aliens that were on this planet, and they were cool. They've not returned or played any part in the sequel. They weren't a major part in the first game. So you have these aliens, these elemental alien characters that they really failed to make good use of. But it was very much in a narrow cave-like area that was kind of this archaeological dig. It feels very reminiscent to this section. We haven't seen these ice sections in a long time. To smash those. Really would like to be able to go back to Sanctuary, but I think we'll make our way that direction anyways. Regardless for how much this map winds, like, it's still going to be pretty short. And we haven't seen these Hyperion style I guess the Cult of the Vault probably wouldn't logically be on top of a ship. This fire's not hurting me at all, but there's an invisible wall that's definitely stopping me. These guys are nothing. Probably because I'm hitting them with shield destroying electric shots. I have quite a bit of elementals that I've been collecting. But then again, I guess I paid to win here. I definitely cheated with the gold golden keys. So now we have 16% increased movement speed, 12% increased gun damage, and 16% melee damage. And put 3 more in there. It seems like it's going to be a major increase in everything. The only thing is you could potentially get overwhelmed. Oh, I just got the joke that they are Exploder, as in they explode. I've just been calling them EXP loaders, as in experience points loaders. Wow, sometimes I can be pretty thick. These are, I guess, the equivalent of the animal creatures that fly around and were annoying to try and shoot. It feels like the first game had more missions and more side missions. Like, I know we haven't done all the main story of the main game, so it's premature to be saying this, but it does feel like when I think about the Mothra character, there should be some kind of like giant lizard Godzilla character in the sequel to just follow up on that joke. And I don't think there is, or maybe it's in the DLC. There's definitely like quite a long time before you could get out of the first main area of Borderlands 1, where this game let you get out of the first main area a little bit faster, and we're doing, I think, kind of a considerably smaller amount of missions. This game is so easy. There are no difficulty settings on this. Like, there's no difficulty settings in Borderlands. Crouch toggle is probably the one thing I'd want to change here. Let's see. Adjust control scheme for inspecting items in your inventory. Apparently there's a new camera steering mode. So now I can tap B and lock down and come up, which you're not going to use that very often anyways, but that does feel slightly better as a move. I'm still looking for the Cult of the Vault. There it is.
Easy.
But that's only getting me 1 point. For as much time as I've spent over the course of this game looking for Cult of the Vault symbols, it's been rather ridiculously small amounts of rewards. And it seems to indicate that there would be a thing here. I guess this is just a fast travel. And so this almost feels like this would be the end of the game. And that can't be it. Like, no way.
Don't worry. If Jack really wanted to protect the vault key, it wouldn't be on a train. He'd have Wilhelm guarding it.
Yeah. She's been talking about Wilhelm a lot. Which, I don't know what you take from that. Either she is saying, don't worry, you didn't find the key that you think you found, or Wilhelm is going to appear, and don't worry because you're about to be killed by Wilhelm. Like, she's been talking about Wilhelm and not explaining who Wilhelm is. There's a lot of just bullets. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all bullets. I see why it was necessary to have one of the missiles fly off. This is kind of a dull skybox. Like, nothing really here. I kind of like the Aurora, but it doesn't really play any actual part in the story. Clearly this is just a big boss. What was the last big boss? Was it the fire guy from the first section, or like, I guess we fought other bosses certainly, but I don't know if any of them were even rememberable about enough to name. Like, Like, we ran into a couple bosses in the first level. I remember them. And then I've forgotten anything that happened in between that. So, boom boom. And that. And then, like, we saved the Firehawk, who was not a boss that we had to fight, really. And instead, there was just a collection of random people. Maybe that's part of the thing here, is that Borderlands 2 actually doesn't have as many boss fights as it probably should.
Oh dear.
It's a trap! The vault key's not on the train. Abort the mission, soldier. I'm sorry, but you can't handle Wilhelm. Trust me.
Kid, Wilhelm nearly killed us all without taking a scratch. If things get bad, just run. Roland is wrong about Hunter. You can defeat Wilhelm, I promise you.
So, the thing is, they're charging up his shield, which makes him kind of difficult to deal with. I guess what I should be trying to do is getting criticals on him. And remember, there's a challenge here to not destroy any of his constructor bots, which I assume are the flying things. Like, are those mini constructor bots? And see, yeah, he's about dead.
You killed Wilhelm. Holy hell. Jack doesn't stand a chance.
Wilhelm dropped a power core. Be sure to grab it. My sensors tell me it's one of a kind. If you bring it to Roland, Sanctuary's shields may never need to be recharged again.
Whoa. Never seen a power core like that. The one you got from Reese is nearly burned out. Why don't you bring it back here? We may not have found the vault key, but at least Sanctuary will be safe a little longer, thanks to you. Wow! Bravo! Champagne! Cheers! High five! Slow clap! You got the damn power core, didn't ya? Been warned. The kid gloves are coming off. Tighten up the big boy pants because things are gonna get really, really bad for you Vault Hunters. Sorry about the bad intel, everybody. I really thought the vault key would be on that train. I'll make it up to you all later. Next time I'm in Sanctuary, the beers are on me. What you think, Glowwing?
Okay. So yeah, those mini constructors would have constructed other bots, and they constructed one. But did that get the challenge done? Or was there something else I needed to do? That was rather easy. Increase fire rate. Although arguably at this point. Let's see. Kill Wilhelm without destroying any of his surveyors. Apparently I accidentally shot one of those. And you're definitely not going to get another chance for that. And now that he's not chasing us, we can look at Wilhelm and see that it is a human with cybernetic attachments and legs. And he gets some kind of backstory in the pre-sequel, but he's kind of nobody in this game. So, alright. But there is some oddness definitely there, that Wilhelm was the person that stopped everybody else, and I took him out easy peasy. It would just be a little too frustrating to fast travel to every single area, particularly since I know some of these are actually DLC areas I'm not even supposed to be at. So I wouldn't want to do that right now. But I definitely feel like, particularly in Three Horns Divide, there's just a section that that I haven't visited. Interesting. I guess as this goes, this is a map of this part of Pandora, so it's almost a question about where were the areas that we visited in the first game? Because if Sanctuary is the one with the diamond, and that's in the middle of the right of the map, there's something above it, there's something far to the left, there's an entire section at the far top left that has no fast travel sections on it. So that's either assumedly the end game, or maybe that is supposed to represent what the totality of Borderlands 1 was. Looking at this map now, though, it seems pretty obvious that this could have been a completely connected open world game like Fallout, or sort of like Witcher 3. Fallout's a better example there. Yeah, Fallout 3, Fallout 4. I kind of would have appreciated that. We don't really need to see the loading happen. And let's go to Sanctuary. Nothing should trigger just as soon as we get there.
Wilhelm nearly defeated the other Vault Hunters a couple of years ago. You have proven yourself to be even stronger than them. Well done. And
that just seems insulting, really. That, oh, you're better than all the other Vault Hunters. It's like, no, I don't want that. Alright, well, I'm sitting on a ton of gold right now. I'm also sitting on a considerable amount of weapons, most of which are things that I will definitely just sell. So it makes sense right now to take a break and not record me spending a lot of time at the gambling sections, trying to get iridium. I seriously doubt I'm gonna get 100 iridium to get 3 more slots, and even if I was able to do that, I'm not sure that's really what needs to happen. Probably a better move to try to start increasing the number of grenades I have, and just the general number of shotgun shells and other bullets, because I do want to continue to use my shotgun. I think since we have also leveled up several times here doing story missions, that's given us a bigger, quicker experience. So I'm at level 18 now, where if we look at all of our guns, we're at level 16. So, except for that one is level 7. It feels like it's time to start thinking about using 5 more golden keys. We have 55, so I won't do that off screen. I will come back and we'll open it, and we can see on this map right now there's at least one submission that I would like to start before I move the main story forward. Well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.